Good morning, everybody. We're back out here this morning. Yes, it's raining a little bit this morning, kind of cold and dreary. Can't really do a lot outside, so Ms. Wanda and I decided we're going to work on carrots today. So, guys, this is Danny and Wanda from Deep South Homestead on our carrot pull today. Now, I don't know what we're going to come up with. I know it's been the right number of days. We've been pulling out a few tiny ones in here to eat in salads and stuff, but it's time to see if we can't get some carrots canned, some frozen. We have lots of different ways that we're going to be doing them, so I'm anxious. Now this is the Kuroda carrots. We got the seeds from a company called Kitazawa. Maybe I'm pronouncing that right, I don't know, but they're native to Hawaii, and we've had really good luck with these carrots over the last couple of years, and we have decided they're probably what we're going to continue to grow for a while. So let me go ahead and start here. Let's just see what we're going to come up with right off the bat. Look at that. That is a nice carrot. Probably close to 2 inches in diameter at the top. Nice. Really nice. It's not that long, maybe 6 inches, but they're short, big carrots. Now they're kind of dirty. We're going to clean them up here in a minute, but we're going to, using our trusty Hoss Tool basket that we got here from Hoss Tool, we're going to see if we can't get a basket full and go take care of them, get out of the rain, fix them, and then come back and do some more. Another big old one there, big old carrots. And what we're noticing is they start developing, the dirt sticking to them because it's wet out here. We're noticing the little tiny white hair roots on them. When you start seeing those on them, guys, it's time to get them out of the ground because they've reached their maximum potential. Now, we don't want these to turn bitter. We want them to stay as sweet as possible, and we don't want them to be tough and woody or anything like that. So when we see these little white hair roots on them here, time to get them out of the ground. Just lay them on your side and I'll come around and get them.
Okay.
This
Wow.
won't take too much time for me to...
Look at that.
Nice.
Ooh, purple. That would have been a nice long one, but look.
Uh-huh.
Whoa.
Whoa.
Look at that now.
That is beautiful.
That is huge.
Look at the size of some of these babies.
I know, but mine is bigger than yours. I'm just saying.
Oh gosh, my arm having to reach over like this.
Whoa. Look at that.
Some of them come up and pull the other ones up. Guys, just look at the size of some of these carrots here. These things are just, some of them are huge. I mean, those are big carrots. And we're loving it. I mean, this is going to be a fantastic harvest, it looks like. I mean, look at that. Man. You'll be able to tell a little bit more about them when we get them over and get them washed. But right now, I can tell you right now, this is going to be a good harvest. Nice carrots.
These are good carrots.
It's going to be one of our better carrot years. Look at that. Oh, yeah.
What I'm talking.
Oh, yeah. Look at that, baby. Look at that.
That's what I'm talking about, good carrots.
Man.
You can't bypass them good carrots when you, see? When you got them spaced right.
That's what I'm talking about. People talking about leaving them thick. No. You space them babies out. And we're not pulling our little ones. We got a few little ones left in here. We're leaving them to grow on a little bit more maturity to them. Well, guys, we've already, we hadn't even touched it. And I've already got probably 30 pounds of carrots here. I mean, these things, some of these things are so big and so heavy. I mean, they're just fine carrots. And we ain't even made a dent in this bed yet. We still got a whole bed to go behind us here. There ain't no telling how much is going to be in that bed. That bed hadn't been thinned out. This one I thinned a pretty good bit because we ate a lot of carrots out of it. But I can tell right now, I didn't do near enough thinning, because when you thin, this is what you get. You get these big old carrots. And I'm not into all these little tiny carrots and stuff. I mean, they're okay for pulling out and eating fresh during the day. But when it comes time to harvest, I'm more about these old big ones here because they really add up fast, and they got the best taste in the world. I'm gonna tell you. I know you can't tell a lot about them because they got this old black dirt on them, but we fixing to go wash these off. We're going to take one basket at a time, get out of the weather some, get these taken care of, and then we'll come back and we're going to hit it again.
All right, Danny's going to be washing. I'm going to help him in just a minute. We set up this, what do you call this, a portable sink?
It was laundry tub.
Laundry tub?
Yeah.
Under our patio. We're going to show you that in a minute.
That's the beauty of our patio back here. This is one of the reasons we built this thing.
It has a hose hooked up to it. We have water. We don't have to take this inside to my sink. All right, this is the beauty of my rolling cart. So it don't roll off. I've got dish pans here that he can put these in. Once we get the green off, that's going to the chickens. And I've got this for after we get the green off. I'm going to throw them in here and cut them up later. How do you like your new setup?
Oh, I'm loving it. The weather's dreary outside. It's kind of a light rain. I don't have to worry about being in the rain. I'm up under the porch. We got the tub. We got the dish pans. We got the rolling cart. I mean, we're under eye of the weather. What else can you ask for? This is homesteading at its finest. Dirt off of them. I'll tell you what, that's nice. That's really nice. I don't have all the dirt off of them, but
Wanda will scrub them in a few minutes.
Wanda's going to take care of
We'll
the rest
use
of it.
this and get my brush and finish scrubbing them. Look at this. Isn't that awesome? And it was time. Look at the hair roots were just beginning to start. My fingers are dirty. Not
that ain't
washing.
gonna hurt. You've been in the garden.
Been in the garden. But look at that. And the chicken's going to enjoy their
Chickens are going to have a blast. Yeah, they're already hauling for them.
I fed them a while ago. They ain't hungry. That rooster crows anytime he hears your voice.
He hears my voice, he just starts crowing. Yep.
He wants to be louder than Danny.
Come on, chicks. This is what's happening. Dolly's become such a good mama, both calves are nursing off of her. Ain't that something? That gives me hope that in the future she might take 2 calves if she needs it.
She's got Donovan and Lucy.
Both of them. Lucy just goes from one end and Donovan goes from the other. Okay.
Both pens, they are enjoying the carrots.
There you go, wash it up. Okay guys, we're going to do a little bit of carrot math here. We're trying to figure out when we harvest the carrots, 1 level dish pan full, how much does it weigh? And then when we get it cut up and put into here, we're going to test in the house as to how many pints will this 1 dish pan full of carrots render us out to can, and how much will it weigh? Those kind of things give us a little bit of a heads up on things like people want to know They ask us questions about, if I go buy carrots, how many is it going to take to fill up how many jars? Well, hopefully we'll be able to answer some of those questions. Now, we have small carrots in here filling up the holes in around the big ones and stuff. So if you go buy carrots, they may all be large, and it may be a little bit off because we filled in all the cracks and crevices. So what we're going to do, we're going to put carrots in these bags. These have been cleaned. They have no dirt on them. It'll be a true weight. And I don't know if different carrot varieties weigh different amounts. I don't have any clue about that. Okay, we have the scales adjusted to 0, so we're going to set the first batch in here and see what it weighs. All right, this one weighs exactly 4 pounds.
And you may not be seeing the scale. It's dark under here, and I'm not finding a happy medium.
We're going to dump these in there. So that's 4 pounds. 3 3/4.
Go ahead and add it up to 4.
Go ahead and add it up to 4.
Why not?
4. Okay.
So that's 8 pounds.
8 pounds so far. Yeah. All right, another 4 pounds.
So 12.
There we go.
16 pounds. Another 4, that's 20 pounds.
That's 20 pounds, and there's only 3 or 4 little small carrots left in there, so we're going to call it 20.
Now we're going to stop at 20 pounds, and it fills my blue bowl up really, really well too. So this big dish pan and the blue bowl hold approximately the same, right?
Yeah, so we're going to know now they hold about 20 pounds of carrots. That way we know whenever we do them from this point forward, we really don't have to weigh anymore.
We'll know it'll be approximately 20 pounds if we fill up this bowl or that dish pan.
Over here.
I'm mainly taking the ends off, and if they have a spot of dirt on the end, I'm scraping that out. And if they have hairs on them, those hair roots, I'm taking those off. That's all I'm doing. I'm not really peeling the carrots. Then I bring them over here to Danny, and he's cutting them up in circles, because putting them in jars, you want circles for your jars. Alright guys, we're inside. Danny helped me cut these up, and you can see we've got chunks, and I did not lose much. You see that dish pan is full. Okay, so I have my jars. I know I'm going to have at least 2 canners. My canner holds 9 pints, and we're doing pint jars because Danny and I don't need a quart of carrots. I did some last year in quarts, and we still have lots of quarts left. So I've got 18 pint jars already washed and cleaned. I have the first jar ready. This is called a wide mouth funnel. It is wide here, but it fits the jar here. It fits a regular size jar, but it is called a wide mouth funnel because this is so much wider than most. One of the many things that I have here that I love. Another thing I really recommend you get is the WANDA peelers. This makes life so much easier. You can do the cheap peelers if you want to, but WANDA is well worth the 10 bucks for this. I think I even got 2 for $12 or $14. So buy some WANDAs. I'll try and put a link in the description below for the WANDA peeler and for the wide mouth funnel. I've got non-iodized salt. Lots of times when you use iodized salt, it turns your stuff in your jar a milky looking color. So I use the non-iodized. I have my teaspoons there. I got a half a teaspoon for each pint. That's what we're going to be putting in the jar. I've got my lids. The new lids say do not heat them up, so I've got them all laid out ready. They're all clean. Everything's good. I've got a cup to dip some water. This is from Miss Lippy. It is a chopstick, an original chopstick. She sent me as a debubbler. It's a wonderful debubbling tool. Then I have my pot on the back with water in it. That's all I do is put water in it and get it hot. I've got my 16-quart canner here. I put 3 quarts of water in it. This is the 3rd quart. And it has a line inside right along in here. And that's all the water you need for it for my 9 pints. And I have the lid here ready to go. You want to fill it up to this bottom ring. And with carrots, it's kind of hard to debubble because they are packed pretty good. But you can manage to get it in there and move them around and take the bubbles out and pack everything back down in. And you see, it stayed at this bottom ring. I have a wet cloth here. You can take and dampen your cloth with vinegar. Wipe the top so that you make sure you don't have any salt or juice or anything on it. Take your 2-ring cap, put the flat on, put the ring on. Hand tight. Do not just bow down on it, but just hand tight. And that's all there is to canning carrots. We're going to finish all these jars, 9 of them, put them in the canner, and we'll be ready to start the canner. All right, this is the last of the 9 jars. And Danny likes the name and the name lined up. He's very OCD. I forget sometimes, but this is the name of the jar. This is the name of it. It lines up. I've got I've got ball mason jars. It doesn't matter as long as they're canning jars. We are going to put the lid on. And I took just a dab of oil and rubbed my gasket just because I didn't want any water leakage. And let's see, turn it around. The arrows match up here and you shut it down. We do not put this on. This is going to get turned up on high. And this little thing, this is 5 pounds. You add 1 is 10 pounds. And if you live in a climate that needs 15, there's another weight that goes on the top. We only need 10 pounds of pressure. You do not put that on yet. We're going to let this go until steam starts coming out of here. We're going to vent it for a little bit. Some people 3 to 10 minutes according to what you want to vent it for. But I just make sure there's no obstructions, that steam is coming up. Then we will put on the weight. When we put this here, steam will be coming out, and once we put this on there, that caps the steam off. This will pop up. This will be sitting on there. This will start jiggling, and you don't want it jiggling too much. We'll get to that in a little bit. All right, so when you're canning, I recommend you get a canning book. Big time canning books. This one was sent to me last year. This is from 1960, the year before I was born, actually. This is one of the first ball canning books. So I look in here for low acid vegetables, because that's what vegetables are considered low acid, the carrots. And it says to wash, scrape, and rinse carrots, slice, dice, or leave whole. Boil 3 minutes. That's for your hot pack. We didn't do hot pack, we did raw pack. You add a teaspoon of salt to each quart. I did half a teaspoon for the pints. Oh, cover with boiling water. Process pints 25 minutes, quarts 30 minutes at 10 pounds of pressure. That was 1960. I have 3 newer books, all say the same thing. They're all the Ball Blue book. 3 different years, almost 10 years apart. For carrots, you can hot pack or raw pack. So I did the raw pack. Same thing, wash, slice, dice, you know, all that. Add a ½ teaspoon of salt to each jar. And then process pints 25 minutes at 10 pounds, either hot pack or raw pack. So we're going to process 25 minutes for our carrots. Now, lots of people do like to put them in water, hot water for 3 minutes. That just cinches the color. I've not had too much problems. I'll show you some of my carrots. These carrots were done in actually April of 19, so we're a little early. This is January, but look at the color. And I raw packed, guys. Aren't they beautiful? Still looking good 2 years later, almost 2 years. These were done in March of last year, 20. Look at the color. Isn't that amazing? That was the orange carrots. Now, we did some yellow carrots last year. This is March of 20. Look at the color of the yellow carrots. Can you see that? You can still tell it's yellow carrots. It's beautiful. So guys, carrots will retain their color whether you do raw pack or hot pack. My steam is fixing to start coming up. We're going to start watching it and get ready for the countdown. Alright, you can see the steam kind of evaporating out. That means that I have no obstructions. It's getting pretty hot. I've still got it on high back here. We've been letting it vent for a little bit. We're going to put that on. You can see the steam is starting to come from here instead of here. We had steam here a while ago. You see this? It's fixing to pop up. Sometimes I just take the water away. And when you do that, it'll pop up right quick. Now that's where it will stay while you're canning. And like I said, this, if you see this on the back, this is your pop-off valve. That black is the pop-off valve. Should keep it from exploding on you. They made them safer than they did 50 years ago. You see it starting to jiggle a little. I'm going to adjust the stove down to 8. And I'm going to try and keep it at this. If it gets too much, I'll adjust it down again. That's where you have to figure out how to adjust your stove. Alright, while I was canning the first 9 pints, Danny brought in 7 more pounds of carrots, right?
Yes.
And I fixed him something to eat.
Yep.
And plus he's watching YouTube videos.
Yeah.
But he has green bean casserole and spaghetti squash.
Spaghetti squash.
Casserole, I guess you'd call it. From leftovers from last night, right?
And it's hot.
So he's eating, and he's going to cut up my carrots while I get the next ones, because these are almost ready to turn off the canner. We've turned the timer off, we've turned the stove off, and you'll see it, the jiggler starts slowing down gradually. It's only been a couple of minutes and you see how fast the jiggler slowed down, but this is still up. Now some people asked about a stove. Now this is one with the regular eyes. For many years, Danny and I had a glass top. We canned on the glass top. You just have to be very careful. You don't drop anything on it, whatever. You sit everything real easily. But when we purchased a new stove, we bought the one with the regular eyes. Okay, we're back in the kitchen. Danny's working here, cutting up the last of the carrots, the 7 pounds that he just brought in. I'm still working on the 20. The first canner's finished. I'm going to be taking them out. I've got the next 9 jars ready. And We're going to see just how many 20 pounds of carrots does in pints. Actually, Danny is cutting me some up in spears. We are going to be freezing these, right?
Yeah, these are going in the freezer.
As a precaution, I always use my hot pads. This has quit jiggling. This fell down. And we take it off. When you take that weight off, there should be no steam coming through this. If there's steam still coming through it, do not open it. You want to wait until this falls down and there's no steam. And as a precaution, I still use this. Don't open it towards you or steam could come up in your face. Open it away from you and put your lid over the pot, so if any water, you see I have a little bit of water dripping. And then lay your lid aside.
One other thing you want to pay attention to, this is not so much on old stoves, but if you buy a new stove, you want to make sure, if you purchase a new stove, that it does not have the safety feature built into the eyes on the stove, that once you leave it turned on high for a certain length of time, it doesn't automatically turn itself off, because if it does, you cannot pressure can or water bath or anything with these stoves. They're not designed to do that. So it's a safety feature that's built into the eye. Check with the manufacturer or whoever's selling you the stove to make sure if you plan on using it for canning.
And we were just, we bought this one and it doesn't have that safety feature in it, because mine cans just fine. And once you take all your jars out, check the water level in your pressure canner. I usually have had to add anywhere from a cup of water to a quart of water. Okay, I'm going to turn my stove back on probably about 9. I'm going to find my line in here and start pouring until I get back up to the line. It took about 3/4 of a quart to finish filling it up. I'm going to check, it's at my line. So it took that much water to finish getting it back up to where it needed to be. I already have these ready. I just finished them before it popped down. So I'm adding the next 9 pints in here.
Well, guys, hold on just a minute. Let's see here. It's 3:35 in the evening. We ain't through. 20 pounds of carrots gave us 27 pints of carrots.
But Danny wasn't through.
But I, you know me, I said, well, let me just go back in the bed. Let me at least go through the bed and get the biggest ones, you know. So I did that and come up with 17 more pounds.
And I have 3 trays, single layer, in the freezer. Then I've got these 2 trays, which I'm cooling because I've blanched them 3 minutes. And I'm cooling these, so I'll have at least 3, if not 4 more trays of spears that I'm going to put in the freezer. And then I got to do 1 more canner, which means 9 more pints.
Yeah. So, been a pretty good haul today. And the thing about it is, it doesn't look like I've hardly took anything out of that bed.
Yeah, I'm going to show you what this bed looks like too.
There's probably, we've harvested today 37 pounds of carrots.
Yeah.
And I will grant you, there's at least 30 more pounds in that bed right now.
A 16-foot bed, and then that's not all. We got 1 more bed to go.
That was 4 by 16.
Yeah.
And we've got, like Wanda said, we got another 4 by 16 to go that haven't even been touched. So, you know, we're looking at probably this one bed. I'm going to just guess. I mean, we'll know when we get through, but I'm going to guess that there's going to be around 60 pounds of carrots coming out of that bed.
Yeah. So guys, carrots can be done. Check out our videos. We have videos in a playlist on carrots. How to grow carrots. We've showed you for, what, 4 or 5 years now, how to grow carrots.
Yep.
Anybody can grow them. It's all about the soil, getting it where there is popping.
Popping, yeah.
The soil, getting it where the carrots have room to move and grow. And
well, soil fertility, the right pH, actually planting them the right way, covering them the right way, the right amount of moisture. We have videos, like Wanda said, on all of that.
Someday we'll have a Danny manual, maybe.
Maybe I'll get around to doing a manual on it. I mean, gosh, there's just so much to do. This has been all day. I mean, we have done nothing today but this.
Just carrots.
Just carrots. But you know what? You know, a lot of people say, oh my gosh, what a lot of carrots. This ain't a year's supply for us.
No, we were figuring a while ago, on an average, we eat at least 3 jars a week.
Yeah.
So that's 3 pints. 3 times 52 is 156.
Right around 156, yeah.
And we just did 27 right now, and if it's do 9 more. That means by the time we get through with the beds, plus we eat fresh and things like that, and we do some in the freezer for snacking and things, that's a lot of carrots, but we will eat carrots for a while.
Yeah, we're big-time carrot eaters. We believe in them. I mean, I believe carrots are the secret to good health, and, you know, help to heal your bodies. I can only imagine what our health would be like if we didn't eat them.
Exactly. So guys, thank you for following us along today, and we hope that you're growing carrots. Just try it. You'll be amazed.
If not, look, you can do them in a container, you can do them in a raised bed. We've done them all the different ways. They work. It's not hard. It is really a joy, guys. We're going to get off of here and say thank you for watching us today.
Bye, guys.